This is a setup and diagnostic video for the Bell module. This is one of the simplest units to connect. There are two terminals. There's an adjustment for sound, one push button LED, the memory card, and the power input. So essentially I have a power module. I'm just going to plug it in, and the correct behavior is for the light to come on and blink 4 times and go off. That means that the microprocessor is connected with the sound board inside, that the sound chip is properly installed and it's ready to go. To test that it's working, you're provided a yellow piece of wire. This is to connect the detect line on the sound module to the detect on any other controller. So all of the yellows from the sensors and to the gate controller or signal controller all come together. On the terminal, the left-hand side is a common, the right-hand side is the detect. There's a picture of this in the book. I have a short piece of wire here, bare metal and a little pin. I'm going to hold it on the ground side and connect to the detect, and that starts the bell, and when I release, the bell stops. Really, really simple. That's how you test it. Connect over here on the left, and so basically short it and remove it. You could connect the wire in and then remove this. It's not really necessary. You could just touch the top screws there. The screws aren't as reliable, so you might have to move the wires around just slightly so you get metal to metal contact, but it's pretty easy. Okay, all sound modules come with 4 sounds, and in order to select a different sound, you press the select button the number of times. So 1 is track 1, 2 times is track 2, 3 is track 3. So we're going to press it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and we get a confirmation blink back, and now we'll have the 3rd track will play when I short this out. Okay, and it will stop when I remove. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the steam engine. Okay, if you want to make it louder, just adjust this, maybe a 1/4 turn or maybe an 1/8 of a turn. Okay, and that volume adjust affects all 4 sounds. So there's not individual sounds volume as there is with the sound module. So for the Bell module, it's just one adjustment. Okay, so we're going to unplug this. One of the possibilities is that when you get it, the sound card came loose somehow. It's pretty rare, but let's just take it out. This is called a TF card. It's very tiny. The logo, when you put it in the card, should be upside down. If we turned the sound board around and put it on the left-hand side, it would be right side up. We decided to put the chip on here, and the power to be consistent with all of our other devices on the left-hand side. That's how this ended up being upside down. There's a little metal slot in there, and you just slide it in straight, push it in, and it's spring-loaded. So push it in a little further and it'll pop out. Okay, and push it in. Now, if the card is not in there and you power up, what will happen is the light will just stay on forever. As soon as you put the card in, it will see the card, it will blink and go out, and so that tells you that everything is working. The little magnet base, it's oriented in one direction. If you put it this way, it's a little bit offset, but either way, it's just fine. And that's it. There's really nothing. Oh, one other capability. So in each of the cases that I just demonstrated, the bell went off when the trigger went off. Okay, so all right, let's put it back to 1. Trigger it. All right, and that's probably how you want to connect it when you're using the gate controller, because once the train has passed the gate and is still detecting, being detected by the precision detector, the train is pretty far along, and once the detector releases, then the gate goes up, you want the bell to go off. So that's the proper mode, and that's 6 push buttons of this thing. Now, if you want it, and there's a couple of reasons, if you want the bell to go and play the entire track without stopping, regardless of the wire connection, press this button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and that's play once. Play once means it's going to play to the entire length of the track without stopping. And so all you have to do is trigger it. Oh, let me just do it this way. And I've released it, and the bell will go on. This is actually a pretty long bell. We lengthened that. So I'm going to just unplug it. The only way to stop this is to let it play out or go the full length or kill the power. All right, let's go to the second bell, which is a bit shorter, and we're going to turn the volume down somewhat. And I'm going to trigger it. We're in play once mode. And let's see what happened here. Oh, I played it. I just need to press this twice. 1, 2. Now we're in track 2. Okay, that's a shorter one, so I'll play that for you. The track 1 plays for 3 or 4 minutes, so it's long enough for a typical train passing by without it restarting. If it runs out, oh, there it goes. So that was the length of bell number 2. You can change any of the sounds. You can shorten and lengthen them. What you do is you take the card out, you get a little card reader for this, and it'll attach to your computer, either Macintosh or PC. And then you can open the tracks in the appropriate player, and you can clip and cut them. It's a little bit more involved than just plugging in here. We've done most of the work for you, and most of the time what we've set up is more than adequate. But just letting you know that it is possible for you to change the sound, change the bell, and change the length. Now, one thing that people have done, a question that comes up is, gee, I'm listening to this bell all day long. Is there a way to shorten it? Actually, what some folks have done is on one of the second or third track, what they'll do is they'll clip it really short to maybe 10 or 15 seconds and set it up for play once. In that case, when the train comes to the crossing, the bell will go off for 10 to 15 seconds and stop because it's played once. And the train will continue to go through the crossing, but the bell won't go on until the train has gone completely past the last sensor, released all the sensors, the gates come up, and that action resets the bell for the next time. So that's a way to get a very short bell in, but not having the bell go for 2 or 3 minutes in your own private layout. That can get kind of annoying. So you can just set it to a very short clip. You know the bell's working, and the train goes through. So that's it for the bell module.